about Vince Young, and it's quite unfortunate. I think teams are missing out on a really solid talent.
Yeah, no doubt. He's been he's a good backup. I don't know why you get rid of Tavares Jackson. I was a little shocked he was traded, personally, because I know when Russell Wilson was named starter, Tavares Jackson wasn't going to get the start. But Tavares Jackson doesn't have to lead the Seattle Seahawks. And I was a little shocked, when Young got cut and Tavares Jackson got put on the Buffalo Bills. Why would you do that? I mean, jeez, Vince Young is a lot better. I don't know why you would cut him and bring in Tavares Jackson. There's no point of that trade.
I agree. Amen to you. Look, I respect Tavares Jackson and all he's done, but on third down, on 3rd and 10, to me, he dumps it off a little bit too much. I mean, the guy just has a hard time converting third downs. On the other hand, Vince Young is a man when it comes to third down. He's a man. He makes magic happen. That's typical Vince Young. I mean, a few years back, we were treating him like Tim Tebow, but Vince Young has a slightly better mechanics more than slightly, way better mechanics than Tim Tebow, even though I like Tim Tebow. We're not going to get into that because I'm not ESPN, I'm not Skip Bayless. But look, Vince Young is great, surprised me, and you know what, Robert, thank you for having me on the show.
No doubt, Cameron. This is the host of the Cameron Sadeghi Show. He does have shows. Cameron, do you want to say something about your show here, about your times and days? 'Cause I know you mixed it up.
Yeah, I mixed it up. I'll have one soon. I'll keep you intact through Twitter and Facebook. I'm not completely sure yet when a time slot will be good, but you know what? I will be talking during the NFL season and certainly through the NBA season, so keep track and you'll find me. So I'll communicate that later on, but not sure right now. Thank you for letting me on.
Alright, that's Cameron, everybody. And we're actually going to another commercial break here. In the break, we're going to talk about MLB. We have our host, actually have another guest speaker, Chris Sylvester, host of Chris's Corner. And we're going to talk some MLB, and we'll be back to you right after this break.
I speak life in panoramic, reach through the damage and manage to bleed upon the canvas when life is bananas. Use this mic as a hammer when I'm nailing it down. Speak what I believe through the frequency of sound. Never hold back cause I know that my life has been blessed. I'll never go back to the throwback, I'm free from that mess. I've been in it for a moment and I'm trying to improve. Little by little I dribble the riddle to make me move. Keep it true to who I am and where I'm from. Not a rock star but I'm big to some. I got enough heart and will to spark a revolution. New to the game and this is how I'm moving. With a positive stance just like a b-boy. Ready to bust and crush the decoy. A scholar to the game just like Bruce Leroy. So I'm in it to win it until it's time to deploy. It goes step by step, piece by piece, brick by brick, until it's complete. You gotta build it up, just build it up.
Hello and welcome back to the Deits Sports Talk. And I actually have a different guest speaker on. I do have Steven Hughes on the line. Chris will hopefully be on later. Chris, did you call me when you got the chance? Here's Steven Hughes. Hey, Steven, how are you?
Hey, Robert. I'm glad to be on your show once again.
Alright, thanks, man. And you and me had a great show on last Friday, and I want you guys to tune in that well. And Steven's All Up Baseball show has been great as well. I like your show, Steven.
Thanks, Robert. Next show, if you guys want to know, it's going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Steven's All Out Baseball show. Tune in to Spreaker.com, 8 o'clock Western Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time.
You know, Steven, I wanted to talk about some things here. Actually, there's new sales. Padres got a new group for the franchise from John Morris, and their aspects of setting high. What do you think of the Padres? Because I know they haven't been a great team. Do you think selling was a good choice?
I think selling was a good choice. I think the 2010 season it went downhill after that, after losing to the Giants, the eventual World Series champions in 2010. 2011 was a big bust. The first season without Adrian Gonzalez, and he's still on the team, but he'll leave after the end of that 2011 season. But I think it was a good move by the Padres. I think that new ownership is probably going to help the club focus more more on the field than off the field. I think during the beginning of the season, there's a lot of controversy. The team was going to be selling. That did happen. Chase Headley, the third baseman for the Padres, he was on a trading block. He turned out to not be traded. He's probably going to be traded in the offseason. Hopefully the Padres keep him. He's going to be a big player and try to be successful.
Do you think the Padres will have the success like the Dodgers when they sold their franchise? You know, getting the selling, and then you see Magic Johnson making a lot of big trades and making a lot, putting in a lot of money into the Dodgers. Do you think that's going to happen to the Padres as well?
I don't really think so. I think the Dodgers obviously have more money than the Padres in the payroll, and then the Padres, I think they need to be more conservative with their money. I think you get veterans that I'm thinking. I look at the Padres as a pretty young team. They do have some veterans, as Valquez, Chase Headley, and that's Cameron Maben. Those are a few guys I can think of. Everybody else are young guys who think that if a veteran or a few veterans come in and really stabilize this lineup, think that this team's can do pretty well next year. There's no chance you're going to make the playoffs this year, obviously, but I think next year they can be a possible walk-on at best. So we'll see what happens during the off-season, during the winter meetings. And if the Padres go big in the off-season, I think they can be a force to be reckoned with during the 2013 season.
No, I want to bring up another topic here. Great point, Steven, so far. I'm liking what you're saying. And Yadier Molina had a collision at the plate and had a concussion from it. And he said it was a clean play. Harrison on the collision said there was no other place to go. And do you think that it was a clean play, Steven? Yes or no?
I did. I've seen the play a few times on SportsCenter Baseball tonight. When I see that, I always look back at the Buster Posey collision that broke Posey's ankle and took him out for the rest of the season last year. And Giants fans don't want to think about that, mainly because after the injury, they didn't make the playoffs. It just didn't really go as well for the Giants. And going back to the collision that Yadier Molina had, it was ugly, but I think it was clean at the same time because I don't think the runner had really anywhere to go. Runners these days, they don't really try to go around because catchers, they're very athletic, even though they're pretty big, Robert, and pretty much they just make the sweeping tag onto the runner. So I think the Reds, the guy who was running for the Reds who collided, Yadier Molina had really no place to go. And then hopefully Yadier Molina is getting better. He's going to be a big part for the Cardinals if they want to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. And with that point in collisions, do you think that that was a huge difference? Like, with the Buster Posey thing and then that with the Yadier Molina. Do you think plays at the plate should be less, as I'm trying to say, like, not as much you go right at the catcher, instead you just slide perfectly, because, you see that a lot more now. And these are situations that usually happen once in a while. Now, do you think that they should just slide into home plate, or should it be, sometimes a collision at the plate?
Well, I think you're asking me, should they enforce a stricter rule on, going into home plate, right? I think that's what you're trying to ask me, Robert?
Yes.
Okay. I think that there should be some restrictions because it's people talk to me about this. I'm a baseball player myself. They always want to go into home plate to collide mainly because they don't want the catcher to have the ball in his glove, and that's the only little reason why they want to collide and possibly injure a catcher like Yadier Molina and how big he is as a catcher, not just for the Cardinals organization, but Major League Baseball. He's been one of the most productive catchers in Major League Baseball in the last 6 years, in my opinion. He's done very well. He's kind of like Ivan Rodriguez, but I think Pudge could was a better hitter than Yadi is right now. But these injuries, they need to be reduced. I think there should be restrictions with how you can collide or how you go into home plate from the runner's perspective. And I think the catchers should stick what they're doing, guarding the home plate and trying to get it out of a ball that's coming right to them.
All right, well, thanks, Steven. That's all the time we got for you, man. I'm glad you're on my show. His show's All Out, Steven's All Out Baseball show, and me and him do a Deits and Steven All Out Sports show. Steven, you have anything else to say before you go?
Just a quick announcement to finish my time here on Robert's show. I am officially announcing that after the Major League Baseball season, I'll be doing a Steven's All Out Basketball show, which is pretty much just like Steven's All Out Baseball show, but in the form of the NBA. So I'm not going to be hibernating over the winter. I will be continuing to give you sports analysis. After the baseball season, it'll be NBA basketball. We'll be talking about the NBA Western Conference, the Eastern Conference, and all that stuff during the Major League playoffs. Thank you, Robert, for letting me come on tonight, and I hope that your show continues to be very successful.
Thanks, Steven, and we'll talk to you later, man.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Let's go. National sports. Thank you, Robert.
Welcome. Alright, so we're going to do another break here. I'm actually going to have Chris Sylvester come on, and hopefully he will call in, and we'll have our third guest speaker of the night. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
I speak life in panoramic, reach through the damage and manage to bleed upon the canvas when life is bananas. Use this mic as a hammer when I'm nailing it down. Speak what I believe through the frequency of sound. Never hold back cause I know that my life has been blessed. I'll never go back to the throwback, I'm free from that mess. I've been in it for a moment and I'm trying to improve. Little by little I dribble the riddle to make the move. Keep it true to who I am and where I'm from. Not a rock star but I'm big to some. I got enough heart and will to spark a revolution. New to the game and this is how I'm moving. With the positive stance just like a b-boy. Ready to bust and crush the decoy. A scholar to the game just like Bruce Leroy. So I'm in it to win it until it's time to deploy. It goes step by step, piece by piece, brick by brick, until it's complete. You gotta build it up, just build it up. You gotta build it up.
Hello and welcome to Deits Deits Sports Talk, my bad. And I got my third guest speaker on with me. I got host from Chris's Corner, MLB post-game show, Chris Sylvester. Hey Chris, how are you?
Yeah, how are you, Robert?
I'm doing good, man. I want to talk about this one big thing. I know you're a big Angels fan here, and Mike Trout reached the milestone, and being one of the players, the youngest player to have missed 25 homers and 40 stolen bases in a single season, and also being the first rookie to do it. How does that feel for Mike Trout?
Well, it's obviously a tremendous milestone to hit at such a young age. You know, I mean, Mike Trout is truly living the dream. He's a guy that's already been in an All-Star game, gotten a hit in the All-Star game, gonna win the Rookie of the Year, might win the MVP, been on the cover of Sports Illustrated, going to be on the cover of ESPN the magazine. I mean, you couldn't ask for much more if you're Mike Trout. Mike Trout is truly blessed. He's truly a talent, and he is going to be fun to watch. Not only this year, but for the remainder of his career. He can only get better from here.
So, do you think he's gonna be the AL Rookie of the Year?
Oh, I think for sure. There's no hands down. He's going to be the American League Rookie of the Year. MVP. I think it's going to come down to if the Angels make the playoffs or not, and it's also going to come down to if the Tigers make the playoffs or not. I think he's neck and neck with Miguel Cabrera right now, but we're going to find out in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. I don't think Mike Trout's... I don't even consider him a rookie. I consider him a veteran, how he's been playing on the field for the Angels. He's been one of the greatest players for this Angels team this season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously with the start, the hour Pujols got off to, I mean, he's picked it up lately, but